out and we'll have this poetry reading. So tonight we're going to hear some poems by Ben Tripp first, and then Ron Horning, and I'm going to wait. Ron's going first. I'm sorry, right? That's right. So first Ron, and I'm just going to, I guess, introduce them both now. Wait, actually, I think it would make more sense to introduce the one after the other. So I'm going to introduce Ron, and then Ron's going to read it, and then I'll introduce Ben. Okay, so I'm going to read Ron's bio first. He lives in Beacon and has worked on Wall Street, Madison Avenue, and West 8th Street. His poems and translations have appeared in The New Yorker, Sal Mimeo, Vanitas, Jerry Mulligan, The New Hunter's Review, and Color Treasury 003. A selection of his poems entitled From Philip Drunk to Philip Sober will be published later this year at Color Treasury 004. And I have been really intrigued reading his poems. They're really dense and complicated, and there are many kinds of voices within them. I just wanted to share one particular set of lines that I thought was really kind of arch and interesting observation. He writes, "Yet there's something boring about one's feelings, something essentially tiresome about everything and everyone that means most to you. They are like acrobatic stunts you admire automatically without really caring about them one way or another. The only difference being that you do care." And reading them, I thought that that line seemed kind of emblematic of like one of the sensibilities that was running through the bunch of poems I was looking at. So here's Ron, and he's going to share some of his work.
Is that champagne? Maybe later.
Thanks a lot. And thank you, Bill, and thank you to the gallery. I'm not reading these poems in chronological order, but the first one is the first chronologically. It's very old and it's very short. It's called A Time at the Tone. Yesterday was an echo after you left, the air booming against my eardrums the way it used to do on Sundays in Brooklyn, during those long walks by the Navy Yard, streets empty under a pewter sky, invisible from Manhattan when I lived there. Turned down 14th though, just off 7th Avenue, and welcome to Brazil. How the fruit vendor talks, but Terezinha insists his oranges are high, and I watch a horse tied to the back of the stand switch flies, her stiff black tail like the plume worn by the captain, the president's guard, at the country club in Lima, as he holds my hand. And my father takes a snapshot for the sulk room in Akron, wind braiding the willow in the yard. This poem is called Vesper Lake. Also in Akron. Heard splashing then. A girl reared with affectionate knowledge, hightailing for El Pueblo de la Reina de los Angeles. At the edge of an encroaching summer day, the shadows in a boathouse holding back, they strip to bathing suits on a pure blasted gray and dive into a lush green wave of protein, with buyers falling over each other to pay cash for criminal taste, sufficient natural forage, and offense by the casual acquaintance who forgot to say goodbye, a shirt rack, bonds, where Pat Pace tries on hush-puppy shoes and tells the clerk Tony Bennett is looking at some of his songs from a doorway into which he'd stepped to escape the immediate vicinity, a hand across his mouth, the relief coming after last winter's threat of icy reprisal. Tethered horses sweat beneath bamboo. A couple kisses, as if half carrying each other across a threshold of quick light on their brows, following an advantage for the rest of the weekend after her parents drive slowly off, faces out of her blanket at 40 below zero. She wanted to sleep with Seth Bullock, John Mann, Jerry Lewis, Johnny Bull, Billy Allen, Scott Davis, Tom Hardwick, Tom Mulqueen, Charlie Clifton, Boone May, Laughing Sam, Tom Dozier, Charlie Rich, Doc Pierce, Lou Schoenfield, Bill Hillman, Johnny Oyster, Jim Levy, Charlie Storms, and Colorado Charlie Utter. By the end of August, she's ready to leave. A contralto who's outgrown the chorus. Her new home twists and turns of a conversation she'd overheard when a crowd swung to miss the heads scattered along pavements still